Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. This isn't going to be a terribly long video, I don't think, unless I make it a 2-day. But one of the things, in fact, I've been cleaning up, you know, this area here. One of the things I think I'm going to do, okay, remember, that's all good. I think it's time to build this up just a little bit and get this arc, build this corner out, and get that arc up to here. I don't want this to only be mud. You know, unfortunately it was before and I didn't even know. So turns out Bondo's actually quite strong if it's done right. However, if I can build that up and have structure that's metal, I think that would be better. And I'm hitting a point where I feel pretty comfortable doing it, I think. It's kind of like you can see here. I've got this edge that, see, this is this plane here, that area, it starts to go at this plane. So see, I know it doesn't really show up in the camera, but you can see it right here. See how it goes and gets real wide on the gap and in? That's because it's curled over. So I think I'm going to play in here. Okay, I've started my build up. It's taken a little while. I'm slowly getting it built in. So in a few minutes after it's cooled, I'm going to do a very rough pre-grind and then close the door and look and see what areas I've still got to work. Once I get that shaped, I can always feather out and maybe even put a few spots to add strength, but I need to get this strong. Also, I'd forgotten how thin that is. It's a little thin. Just over here feeling, yeah, see, it falls. So I knew this was going to take some time. Oh yeah, I didn't film that, but I've been taking the front end apart. Guess I forgot to do a movie on that. I'm starting to, well, let's get the right end of the stick here. You can see we're right here. You can kind of see we're getting close to our height and close to our shape, and I'm starting to close that gap. It's not perfect yet, but it's getting there. And then remember, this is going to have to, I'm going to have to make that line. There's nothing I can do about that. It was gone. So that I am going to have to make. Luckily, we're going to be putting the bright work on, so that'll hide that anyway. But you can also see that there's a significant dip here, and there was before. Remember, it was all mud. So I'm going to do what I can there, but I really want this edge to be strong. Isn't that weird? I even blowing it off. That's hot, and I'm an idiot because I keep touching it. But you can see the gapping here is really looking pretty good. Don't want to add any more on the door here. I think it's all on this quarter now. So I'm going to keep doing more fill in. I keep cleaning it out, and then I'll, like this one, I'll put a dab in the middle of that, and I'll come up here and put a dab here and here and here. I'm not worried about trying to weld all the way into the back. I'll chase a warp the whole way. So what I'm trying to do is just make it sturdy here, and then when we do the filler and feather it all in, it'll be good and strong. But this is an area that gets hit. You know, your foot hits it, things hit it. This can't be made out of mud. So if this back here has, you know, 1/16 or so of mud in it, it's not the end of the world. You know that because it already did before and I didn't even know. So let's keep going. Okay, I think I'm getting pretty close to what I'm willing to do here. So you can see there's a tiny gap here, but I'm gonna have to build that. That is still hot. Okay, you can see I'm finally following that curve. Also, the gap is much, much better. Now, you can see it's dished here. Although, to be fair, it is dished here. It's part of how that's built. But you can see I'm going to have to do some build-up. We always were going to because of the way this was put on. But this is much, much better. It's also much stronger. Let's make sure it's strong. Yeah, I'm not beating on it, but I am hitting it, and you'll notice nothing has moved. So I think, unless Harlan tells me I got to fill more of these holes in, I think this is where I'm going to leave that for right now. Also, for filling that in, I don't actually need the door, so because I've got this edge where it's going to be until it's time to actually feather all the high build primer and the body filler in. What we're trying to do is get this ready to scuff and reshoot the black primer. DP40 I think it's called, so that I can get all of this smoothed out, all the filler done, and then we can get the polyester or the polyfill, I don't remember, but the kind of grayish stuff on there. The grayish stuff is fine, it's not going to soak up moisture. The black stuff will start pulling moisture out of the air, so you get about 90 days. So even though we've already put some on the car, that's all going to have to be scuffed. So conveniently, most of it's either gone or covered. But yeah, so gonna keep working on this. The other door is probably my next thing, and then once that's done, a couple little things, I'll get the rest of that front end apart, and we'll tack that weld on the inside here. It's similar to what we're doing there, similar to what we've done everywhere. Remember, we've had to reshape the front of every brand new part. Every brand new part just didn't line up. So we just cut them, set them where we want them, stitch them up. You know, I don't know if you recall, but we even had to cut these, pull this out to get the right shape, and then build up in there. It's just crazy. You just can't buy anything that's worth a damn anymore. I'm slowly moving things to the other side for the other door. Right now, I'm pretty happy with this door. It's fitting so much better than when I started. It's terrible that you have to do all this with brand new stuff, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we're getting somewhere. So I'll come back tomorrow, work on the other side. Alright, it's the next morning. Gonna putz on this door a little bit. I know you guys just saw this, but I want to reacquaint myself with what I was doing yesterday. Okay, overall pretty happy there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's well within what I'm going to be able to do in the mud. I just got to find out whether Harlan wants me to fill all these pits in or not. I don't think that's going to matter, but I could be very wrong. So, let me grab a couple of tools and a box, and obviously a stand. I'm going to make a few notes on this door, kind of like see how this is real pinchy right here. That's the area I want to fix. So I'm going to make notes on that. Make notes on this. We'll get this door off. We'll get those fixed and we'll get the door back on. And I think we're going to be able to make this actually look pretty decent. Yeah, I'm pretty happy here. I don't think I have to do any more work here, you know, outside of what we've already done. So, alright, be right back. Alright, so we've got the door off. That's not that hard. I've got my notes. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know that I may have a little stitch welding right here. Yeah, there's a lip where it's been folded. So I'm probably going to grind that and split it, knock that back in, and then stitch it up. I want this as sturdy as possible. I want this to last. I don't want to be doing this again in 20 years. And then right here, a little bit of work. I'd like to not remove that hinge to do it, so this will be interesting. Alright, just pause the video I'm watching. Okay, I ground that back, and now I've got some nice big boogers on there. And now I'm going to grind those boogers off. I've got one more spot on the split right here. I'll get some penetration there, and then I'll finish grinding that, and then this will be nice and strong here, just like it is here. It's been a few minutes. One, you can see this came out so much sturdier, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to do just a little more feathering on the back here, but I'll do that in just a minute. The two big things I've been working on is one, remember I had to knock these two in, so I did. You know, it's a lot easier when you have access to the back. Got that all trimmed down, so this will be ready to fill. Got this much prettier here. I'm real happy with that. And then using my magic tool, you know, just kind of smack, 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 curl, curl, curl. I think I'm pretty close here to that line I wanted. I've got a little bit more work right here, but I'm almost done. And then I can hang the door back on. Sorry, big time. I gotta go turn you guys off for this video. So, the donut guys are kind of in the middle of a breakup. So, Zach and Joby have moved over to big time. So, we've been watching that. It's been fun. They're back to doing stuff. Alright, we've got the door back on. I haven't done a lot of squaring yet. I just want to see where I'm at based on my marks. Let's see. A little high here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Holy monkeys, did I just bolt the door on and just bolt it on? Okay, this is where we'll know. Let me change hands. Okay, so, okay, yeah, I've got to go in just a little bit. Yeah, remember where it was really pinchy here, and now it is almost there, just right here. That's the only pinch point right there. So I do got to knock the door in just a little. I'll be right back. Oh, and only the upper hinge. I'm pretty happy with the lower hinge. But yeah, it's out just a tiny bit. Just brought that in, you know, loosened the top two and gave it a little nudge. So, one, always be watching that joint. Yeah. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got a little bit more work to do here, but not as much as I thought. Okay. I think I gotta bring the front one in just a touch. Yep. Okay, I do gotta bring the lower hinge in just a tiny bit as well. Getting closer and closer. I keep monkeying with it. I've been playing with the striker a little bit. I may have to lower the striker because now my gap is a little high and my line's a little high. But I've been just playing with that, trying to get everything as close to perfect as I can. The closer it is to finish, the less mud it's going to take to make it look good. Alright, I think I'm pretty close on this door. Now remember, we have some shaping and mudding to do here. We knew that, and I did knock those two down. That was a while ago for me, probably not for you. I'm still working this shape right here. It's a little more concave here than I think it's supposed to be. So I may have to kind of bring that forward a little more. But this is pretty close. I'm real happy with the door gap on the bottom. I'm happy here. I also like that I can open the door and not curl paint. It's always hard right there. That transition right there is the one. Wow, that one and this one on the nose. Those are the two areas where you tend to see chipped paint on these cars. So you gotta watch. You can see at some point, yeah, that's a hammer mark. So I did that. And now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get in there and okay, I got access. Okay, I can undo that. Yeah, it's a little curve to correct here. You can see our line is pretty good. Yeah, almost done with this door. All right, I can't get it out completely, but that's much better. I know you guys can't tell. So there will be just a tiny bit of filler here. There is a fold of metal. I can pry between the two metals a little, but I'm worried about oil canning it out and making it impossible to fix. So that's pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, and then unfortunately I was hoping to compare some of the trim gaps, but the black car has this fancy super wide trim on it, so it kind of hides what I was looking for. But I can see here that the door edge comes in here and the quarter window comes here. So I think I'm in the ballpark. And here you can see this is a huge, huge gap compared to the other car. In fact, they're not even in plane. So yeah, this one's really huge, really big on the bottom. And until I started doing this, I thought this car looked pretty good. So, you know, as neighbor Jeff would say, I'm going a little overkill here. But I really want this to work out nicely. And I want to be proud of the work I've done. Alright, I'm getting pretty happy with the car overall. So, I think I'm done playing in the metal for now. And this week, when I get a chance, it's time to start installing window regulators and vent windows, particularly vent windows, because at least window regulators, if there's a problem, I can hide the holes with the door card. I can't on the regulator or on the vent window. This screw hole right here is visible when the car's assembled. You'll see that. You know, it'll be a nice, pretty, shiny screw. And I'm already looking at this hole going, oh, geez, it doesn't look very good. You know, the one on this side also probably doesn't look quite as nice as I would like either. You know, you kind of look at it. Yeah, see, this one looks a lot better than that one. That one doesn't even look like it was drilled straight, because aftermarket garbage really is garbage. This is absolutely ridiculous. You know, you shouldn't have to go through this after you spend your money. At least they slotted the whole location for the vent, so that should work, but there's other locations here. So, yeah, that's not going to be today. We've got Foo Fighters tonight, so I'm wrapping up a little early. So, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you guys later. And I'm sorry ShopDog isn't out here. He's in chilling today. It's a little warm outside. Anyway, thanks for watching.